there's this girl who's sitting on footpath. I just called the police. They came here. They asked if I knew her. I said no.
So, 3rd February 2019, I am coming from work. On the divider, I see a girl sitting with her head dunked between her knees. Her hair is all over her face. It immediately catches my attention. So I take a reverse, I roll down my windows, and I ask her, "Are you okay?" She doesn't say anything. I ask once again, "Are you okay?" She starts to scream and repetitively says, "Chale jao yahan se, bhag jao yahan se." And that moment I knew that either she was drugged or was under the influence of alcohol. This, by the way, happened in front of a very famous hospital. So I pull my car, I get out, and I try to ask the guard if he knew anything about what's happening, what's going on. The guard, what said then, literally shook me. His statements were, "साहब हमें नहीं पता, हमारे सुपरवाइजर ने हमें मना किया है इन चीज़ों में पढ़ने के लिए, मुझे कोई जानकारी नहीं है इसके बारे में." And now, as much as I wanted to give him a lesson of his lifetime, but at that very moment I thought the wise thing was to do was to call the cops, because obviously there was a teenager that needed to be rescued. I made my way close to the girl and I started calling the cops. So I called the cops and informed them about the incident and the whereabouts. Out of nowhere, a man appears and he says to me, "साहब आप क्यों फालतू में सिरदर्दी में पड़ते हो? पुलिस आएगी, आपसे 10 सवाल पूछेगी, आपको थाने के चक्कर कटाएगी, ये तो छोरियाँ रोज़ दारू पीती हैं, इनका तो काम ये है, आप तो घर जाओ, अपने आप सब देख लेंगे." And I was gobsmacked to the level of ignorance that man possessed. There's a girl who could have just started to walk, could have gotten hit by a van, or maybe some guys would have just pulled her in, raped her, perhaps killed her. But we don't care, do we? Unless it happens to us or someone that we know. Our generation today has a voice, a perspective that is very rigid. But unfortunately, it comes out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. God forbid if anything would have happened to that girl. I'm sure millions would have been okay holding a candle next day and marching and bearing the flag of women's safety and calling out government organizations. But how many of us are willing to act responsibly and fight for those who can't fight for themselves? Now, I'm sure many of us will have a question. "Oh, you don't know how stressful or how inconvenient it is to involve with anything that is to do with the police." But to your surprise, the police showed up in less than 10 minutes, rescued the girl, turned around and said, "Thank you. हमें गर्व है आप जैसे बच्चों पर जो अपना कर्तव्य निभाते हैं और ऐसी आपत्तिकालीन स्थितियों में अपनी आवाज़ उठाते हैं." I saved a life today. Tomorrow, you may come across something similar. A person who's bleeding of a road accident, a neighbor who's torturing his wife or mother, or a little boy who's getting bullied. Don't turn a blind eye. अपनी आंखों पर पट्टी बांधकर गांधारी मत बने. If you see something, say something. Silence is a residue of fear, and we're not fearful. Now, I'm sure your parents are going to completely disapprove of you getting involved in any situation like that. But then you turn around and ask them this question: if tomorrow you ever land up in a situation like that, would they want someone to come and rescue you, or just let you suffer? You will have your answer and they'll have theirs.